Hello, hello, hello. Happy Wednesday to everyone there on Facebook. I am Kim Hansen. I'm broadcasting live from LA. Today, it's just me. I have no one with me. So I hope this is not going to be a long, super long video. It hopefully will, I'm really hoping I can keep it to 15 minutes, but you know, I do sort of get a little long-winded. So I just need to set up my, computer here. I need to set up everything the right way. All right, the last couple of weeks we've been talking about intentional change and how we create intentional change, why we want to create intentional change. So the first week, I mean, I think we all know that change is inevitable. And the first week we talked about change and the difficulties that we have with change and our staff has with change. And then the second week we talked about reflection, why it's important to reflect on things before we make change into something. And then last week we talked about direction, and that is the planning phase of change so that we can have a plan. So what's the saying? Make a plan and then work your plan. That is super important. So your direction phase is important. And then today we're going to be talking about action. So I want to know what you guys have, what troubles you guys have with taking action. What stops you from taking action? And if you can just post it in the comments section and let me know. If you see me looking over at my phone, it's because I'm checking my my comments and my phone. So I want to know what stops you from taking action on something. And as you guys put it in the comment section, hi Robert, hi Patty, hi Mary, hi Elby, hi everyone. So go ahead and type in what stops you from taking action. And then we'll kind of at the very end take a little poll and hopefully I can answer some questions. I also want to tell you at the end of this little 10-15 minute video today, and I'm starting at 3:15, so I'm hoping to be done at 3:30, if not sooner. I am going to give you a special offer to I have a masterclass coming up on July 30th, just one class, 190-minute class, and I will tell you about that at the end, and I'm going to go ahead and give you a special offer for that today. So change, what? Action, change, action. We've got two things here. Some people don't want to take action or have a difficult time taking action. And then some people love that action phase and then they don't think about the direction and the reflection part or the impact part, which is the fourth pillar. They don't think about those things before they take action. So this is, the four pillars were really designed for intentional action, well thought out action, so that we can make a plan and then work our plan. And when I think about action, you know, my son is a baseball player and he has, since he was 4 years old, he's practiced playing baseball. And when you play a game like that, so you practice 5 days a week, maybe 2-3 hours a day, and then for one game during the week, maybe 2 games with baseball, but you think about football players, you know, they practice all week long, hours and hours, they work out, they do all this stuff so that at some time they get up to bat or they get on the mound or whatever happens, whatever they're playing, they're prepared to take action, like immediate action. And when you think about baseball, and this is one of the things that my son said that he loved about baseball, is that you never knew what was going to happen. I mean, everybody knows it's sometimes the most boring game in the world, but for him, it was, he practiced, and learned. And then when somebody hit the ball, it was like at any given moment, you had your knowledge and your expertise and your intuition based on your knowledge and expertise came into play. Gary says fear is one of the things that stops people. Hi, Gary. Good to have you on today. So in baseball, you know, there's that action phase, but what happens before the action phase? It's all the reflection and watching the team play and watching the game before, and then we get to the direction phase, which is all the learning and the planning, and then we get to that action phase where we're you know, on the mound or behind the plate or behind the chair or launching some new program that we want to create in our salons. So when we take that action, right, what are those most common things that we have that fear from, Gary? Hey, Darcy. Hey, Maria. Hey, Connie. What are those most common things that we create that stop us? People are anxious to improve their circumstances, but they're not always anxious to improve themselves. So leadership, you know, I preach leadership. That's my gig. That's my deal. And that is what leadership is all about, is improving yourself so that we can be prepared to take action, to take intentional action. But here's the thing with action. Motivation to take action doesn't always strike like lightning. We don't always like, boom, like I feel super motivated to, you know, go work out today. It's just not going to hit us like a strike of lightning, you know, like a big lightning bolt, like, oh, I want to go work out today. Most people, I don't know about you guys, maybe I'm unique, which I don't think I am. I don't think that most people, when they get motivated to do something, you have to psych yourself up for it, right? You have to get in the zone. You have to start, you know, getting your head right and straight, right, before we take that action. So, hi, Maria. Hey, James. So I've got a couple answers here to my question. What stops us from taking change, from taking action? I've got Gary that says fear, which is yes, that's one of the things. I've got Mary that says pressure. She feels pressure. And I have Patty that says lack of time management and organizational skills. You know, that is so true. And if you go back to the second pillar, which is that direction or that planning phase, by the time that we take direction, or by the time we take action on that plan, there shouldn't be any problem with organization or lack of planning. But a lot of people take action. You are so right, Patty. A lot of people take action onto something and do not plan, and that is not intentional action. That's just honestly hard work. All right, I've got Mary that says disappointment. That's another thing too that stops us from taking action. And all of those things are absolutely correct. We've got a few things that stops us from taking action. One is assumption, that we assume something is going to happen. You know, that it just whatever is meant to be will be, and we're just going to let everything fall into place instead of actually taking action on something. And so we sit back and we just wait for something to happen. And that is a theory, but sometimes in our salons or in our businesses or in our organizations or in our lives, we actually have to take action. If you think about working out, I can't assume that my body is just going to jump on a treadmill. I actually have to get on the treadmill and take action, right? Here's another one. Knowledge. That meaning a lack of knowledge. So lack of knowledge, lack of education, lack of understanding, or as somebody pointed out, preparation or organizational skills. That knowledge piece is a huge thing. If we aren't prepared and we don't know how, that just creates what, Gary? Fear. It creates fear and it stops us from taking action. Another thing, hey, Kristen, another thing is timing. We say to ourselves, this is just not the right time. It's not the right time for that change. And that, again, it's all that fear. It's all that fear that we have, that we think that we know what's going to happen, or maybe we've had an experience in the past. But there's that saying, when you have one foot in the past and 1 foot in the future, what are you doing on today? Okay, you guys, you're peeing on today, or you're pissing on today. And I know some of you may not like that I say that here on this Facebook Live, but that's essentially what you're doing. And that's when you're living in fear. You're living too far in the present and you're not prepared. One other one is perfection. Perfection is a huge thing that stops people from taking action. And it's like it's not right yet. And this is a good example. I'm writing a book, you guys, and I've been writing this book for 4 years, and it's sort of driving me nuts. So I haven't really I've gotten a lot of knowledge, but I haven't. Here's my thing, accountability, because in my mind, I have to have it perfect. So I need to create, it's not the time, it's not really the planning for me. It's perfection. It's this perfectionism thing that I have in me. So oftentimes what stops us from taking action and what creates procrastination in us is perfection. Another thing is what I said earlier, motivation. Motivation, it's not like lightning striking, you guys. We're not going to get motivated just, boom, like that. We have to psych ourselves. It's an intentional action. Motivation is an intentional thing that we do. We have to get in the right mindset, in the right frame of mind. We have to have the right attitude and the right outlook on whatever action we're going to take. Here's another thing, comparison. How many of you all compare yourself and you think, oh, I don't want to do this, and I'm scared to do this because I'm not going to be as good as that person? In the salon, how many of you in the salon are afraid to try a new technique in the salon? How many of your hairdressers are afraid to try a new technique in the salon? Because there's some other chick over there rocking it out, some cool balayage out or whatever it is. So we're afraid to take action because we're comparing ourselves to the person sitting in the chair next to us. Or maybe as salon owners, we're afraid to take action because we're constantly comparing ourselves to the rockin' salon down the street. So we have to come into our own. We have to seek out our own knowledge, our own beliefs. We have to stop comparing ourselves to the person next to us. And here's another big one that stops us from taking fear. Mary says she likes challenges. I know, I actually like challenges too, which what happens to me, Mary, because I like challenges, is I step right into action, and then I don't always do the planning part, which probably it's not good either. But the last thing that stops us from taking action is expectation. So we start something and then we think, oh my God, this is much harder than I thought. And then we stop because it got hard. And that's where a lot of people are too, in that phase of this is hard. So now I feel like I don't want to do it. I lost my motivation. And I run into that a lot with my salon owners. I get salon owners, and when I coach, I get a salon owner that's been a salon owner for, maybe a year, and then it got hard, and it was like super fun at first, and then it got hard, and then all of a sudden they want to quit. And then they come to me, and I have to bring them up into motivation. And then we have to reflect on what happened in a particular situation. Then we have to make a plan, and then we put that plan into action with the desired impact that we have. So those are the 4 pillars, you guys. They are reflection, direction, action, and impact. The 4 pillars. That is what you follow for positive, intentional change. Okay? That is, if you guys follow that rule, you will be gold. And action minus intention, that equals just a whole lot of hard work, and we're spinning our wheels. And action with intention is smart work. That's when we start getting smart. All right. So that's it. I'm going to stop talking. I've been talking for long enough. I told you all that at the end of this, I was going to give you a special offer on my, I have a masterclass coming up July 30th from 9:30 until 11. It's a 90-minute masterclass. It's an actual class. It's a mastermind. It's not a webinar where I'm just sitting chatting. Hi, Josh. It is everybody masterminding one thing: culture, how to blow up your salon culture. And if you are my client or you follow me at all, you'll know that I am a culture freak. I am a freak about creating intentional culture. And there are 4 of them. There are 4 cultures, and every single salon fits into one of those 4 cultures. And so we're going to talk about culture, what defines your culture, what culture you fit into, and the opposing culture. So what's on the opposite side of that culture, which you have to bring a little bit of that in order to create balance. So that's going to be, it's a live master class, not a webinar. Everybody's interactive. I am not up there presenting blah, blah, blah for 90 minutes. It's really me just presenting maybe 10 or 15 minutes, and then it turns into the group and everybody talks, and it's super fun networking. And again, 7 July 30th from 9:30 to 11. The cost is $47. But because you waited on this and you listened to me yak on, I'm going to give it to you for $27. Okay, I know. Now I sound like an infomercial. $27. I will go ahead and put in the link to the Eventbrite link, and you can go ahead and purchase it for $27. All you have to do is, when it goes into the tickets, click on the ticket that says action, and that one will be your $27 ticket. Okay, so I will see you all next week when we talk about impact, what the impact is of our intentional action and what we want to create. And make sure to sign up for my master class, Blow Up Your Salon Culture. And it's gonna be super fun, guys. And you guys have a great rest of your day. Thank you for listening to me. Have a great week. And I hope it's a beautiful day in your world. Bye.